going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family. Smooch.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock. My guys, Mojo Mutati and Edward Lewis. Fellas, we're going to start with more drama in Bill Belichick's love life. We broke a story on the TMZ Sports website that Bill's ex-girlfriend, Linda Holliday, and his current girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, got into a verbal confrontation a couple of months ago, and it was wild.
Yeah, so this all took place in Nantucket at an annual Christmas party that's thrown by a company or a venue called Dreamland. They call it the Stroll Party, and it's my understanding that a lot of the rich figures on the island swarm to this every year, and it's kind of like their annual holiday party get-together. Linda Holliday, who has dated, or who did date Bill from roughly 2007 to roughly 2022, was obviously a
15 years.
Yeah, was obviously a big part of this community because that's Bill's summer vacation area, and
Right.
so Linda became kind of ingrained in the situation there. So she is a big player in this party. She has been, and now her daughters, the Hess twins, are DJs who actually DJ at this party. Well, Jordan Hudson is now a newcomer to the scene. Obviously, she is now dating Bill Belichick, and like I just mentioned, Bill vacations here a lot, so she wants to ingrain herself into this society now as well. So she goes to this party knowing that the Hess twins are there, and knowing that the Hess twins are DJing, and knowing that probably Linda Holliday is there. And of course, a couple hours into it, according to an incident report we've obtained that stemmed from Dreamland, the venue that, again, hosted the party, she got into it with Linda Holliday. Linda Holliday, according to this report, confronted her in the middle of the dance floor and basically told her to leave. In the report, it states that security video showed it was Linda and a few of her friends aggressively surrounding Jordan and appearing to be very animus towards her. According to the report, Jordan did not want to leave since she was a paying customer, and when somebody from the venue pointed out that, hey, look, there's only a few more minutes left in the party, you might as well get out of here, she agreed to leave. That is not the end of the story, though. Jordan Hudson's good friend, Melissa Sapini, is Miss Massachusetts USA. She went to this party with Jordan as basically a +1. And during the alleged confrontation they had on the dance floor, it is alleged that Linda Holliday told her that if she continues to hang out with Jordan Hudson, her crown, her Miss Massachusetts crown, could be in jeopardy. She stated, according to the docs, that she's kind of a big wig in the pageant world, and she has friends in high places there that could essentially ruin Melissa. So we're told from Dreamland, a rep told me that there was no security involved, there was no cops involved, and everything fortunately ended without some kind of further conflict. But again, Bill's ex-girlfriend confronted Bill's current girlfriend at a Christmas party, and I don't know how much more wild these stories can get.
Yeah, you had to figure, I always did, that there must be hard feelings, at least on Linda's part, towards Bill and towards Jordan. But this is really the first thing, Mojo, that I can remember where we've heard that they actually really clashed in a real serious way. I mean, this is a crazy situation.
It seems to me like everything happened but a fist fight, guys. I mean, and it seems like it was very close. I mean, yeah, if you're Linda, this situation's got to be humiliating, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably how she feels, going into the same circles, the same people that you've been going to these parties with Bill as his significant other for, 15 years? And then him with what seems to be an infant girlfriend. I mean, that is not a fun thing. I got to say, I kind of understand both sides here. If you're Jordan, if you're a 24-year-old kid, you're probably not loving this. Probably lots of insecurities there these days. Obviously, don't need to say too much about what Linda's feeling about this one. Little surprising to me, too. I've met Linda before. I've gone to some events with her. She was an unbelievable sweetheart. My goodness. So, I mean, obviously, I don't know her that well. I'm sure there's a mean streak, too, and you think this is probably a testament to that. But crazy that they almost got into it. I don't know if this situation's going to resolve. I can't imagine that these two are ever going to make friends. I don't even know how long this relationship's going to last at the end of the day, but I guess we're just going to need to make sure there's some referees to keep these people apart in the future.
It's so crazy. You gotta like pinch yourself when you think about this story. Bill Belichick, the want no distractions, only care about football, that his life has turned into a soap opera away from the football field. It almost doesn't seem real, but that's Bill Belichick. It's real. Mojo, you remember last year, I think it was October 2024, Dak Prescott, he knocked down his home. He had this beautiful mansion. I guess not beautiful enough, but he had this beautiful mansion in Texas, and is a little bit Prosper, Texas, to be exact, about an hour or so north of Dallas, where he obviously stars as the quarterback. And they were demolishing this property. He did it actually as part of a video with the Dude Perfect guys, who were incredibly popular on YouTube. Well, Mojo, you fast forward 7 or so months, and Dak Prescott is rebuilding now. He is actually, there's the property, the old house completely gone. And you can see, Mojo, there is a lot of activity. There's construction going on the grounds, and they are building themselves a brand new home. And I guess it makes sense, Mojo, because Dak Prescott and his fiancée, the beautiful Sarah Jane, just welcomed their second child late last month. Mojo, May 22nd, they had an adorable baby girl and I guess new baby, and they need a new pad, Mojo. So there you go. And he makes enough, by the way, $60 million or so a year, highest paid player in the entire NFL. So he's got the money.
Yeah, Dak decided that little Dakota could not fit in a house that small as the one previously. So they didn't just decide to buy a new house and sell the old one, or get an additional property, make one an investment property. No, they had to bulldoze the old one and build a new one on its place. That's when you know that man makes a lot of money, probably too much money if you ask almost any football fan in the entire world, regardless of if they're a Cowboys fan or not. So there's that. That's a whole different discussion, but a big congrats to the family, the best thing in the world. And now they got a new house to boot. Yeah, I'm still going to say it. They really overpaid this again.
Up next, he's a two-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champion. But is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer? Rams safety Quentin Lake answers that very question next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Matt Stafford, he ain't going anywhere just yet. He just signed a massive extension this offseason. But I don't think it's ever too early to have this conversation, Mojo. Is Matt Stafford a Hall of Famer? Matt Stafford has played 16 seasons in the NFL. He has won a Super Bowl, Mojo. He is, if you look at some of the quarterback rankings, the stats, he is top 10 in passing touchdowns, passing yards, completed passes, Mojo, passing yards per game, and he is top 20 when it comes to all-time wins. So that's not too bad as far as a legacy panel goes, Mojo. But again, Hall of Famer, it's not just the Hall of Great. I mean, it's the best football players of all time, Mojo. Well, we asked that question to a guy who has played with Matt for a couple of years here, Quentin Lake. He is a star safety. He's only 26 years old right now. Obviously, is a lot younger than Matthew Stafford, but he is one of his one of the stars on his team's defense. Well, Mojo, we asked Quentin recently in Los Angeles whether or not he thought Stafford was a Hall of Famer. Here's the answer.
100%. Easily a Hall of Famer. There's a nickname that goes around that I heard that, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It's Mr. Long Handoffs, because his throws deep down the field are just like handoffs. It's regular, it's routine. And honestly, the thing I call him is Mr. No Look as well. Like the way he's able to, not only does he have the arm talent, but he can manipulate, especially me being on the defensive side, like the way he manipulates the defense with his eyes. The stuff you see, so like Aaron Rodgers talked about it, like, oh yeah, like I got the no look from Matthew Stafford. He does it consistently in practice. It's a legitimate skill that he practices, it's so cool, and it keeps us honest. So I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be wearing a gold jacket whenever he retires. But I mean, you look at it, got a Super Bowl, has had a fantastic career, great father, great teammate. So in my mind, no doubt about it, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
You know, Mojo, some people have brought up the knock on Matthew's resume as being the fact that he has only made 2 Pro Bowls in his, again, 16-year career. But I don't know. The guy's won a Super Bowl, nearly 60,000 passing yards, double the amount of touchdowns to interceptions. Mojo, I think Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer in my book.
Yeah, it's certainly close, isn't it, Babcock? I mean, not to disregard Quentin's raving testimonial about Mr. Stafford, but you kind of have to a little bit.
Right.
A younger player who plays for the same team as the quarterback, whether he believes that privately or not. I mean, publicly, obviously, he's going to go on record and back up his guy. I mean, very few players would not in the same set of circumstances, especially because it's not like he's a garbage player. He's been a very good player for a long time, 16 years. 1 Super Bowl, 2 Pro Bowls, a lot of yards, but I got to say, I mean, he's a bubble guy, right? Kind of funny when you call a first overall pick, I should say, and a Super Bowl champion a bubble player.
Yeah.
But he is.
I guess, Mojo, think about it. Like Eli Manning, you take Eli. Eli made 2 Pro Bowls. Eli won 2 Super Bowls, and he didn't get in, not on the first go-around. I think a lot of people think Eli will be a Hall of Famer, but I think he's an interesting one to compare to Matthew. I think Matt is a more prolific passer of the football. Eli maybe is a better clutch player, but I think that's an interesting comparison, Mojo, because Eli didn't get in with 2 Super Bowls.
Well, I don't think anybody would be expecting Stafford to go in as soon as he was eligible, right? I mean, first ballot Hall of Famer. Absolutely not. Second, third, fourth, fifth ballot Hall of Famer. I still don't know about that one. Yeah. I mean, if he does get in, it's going to be one of those things where he shows up to the podium when he's like 80 years old and when he accepts this after his son is a first-round draft pick and goes and wins 3 Super Bowls in a row. All right, I don't want to get too carried away here. It really is. It's a hard discussion.
Manny Pacquiao says he's done with dirty politics as he gets set for his boxing return. We'll hear from the recently inducted Boxing Hall of Famer when TMZ Sports comes back right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Manny Pacquiao, in addition to being one of the most dominant boxers of his era, ever, period, honestly, he is also, or was at least, a powerful politician in his home country of the Philippines. Manny, as a matter of fact, was a senator from 2016 to 2022. But Mojo, he's done with politics. That's what Manny recently told us as we were talking to him about his big July 19th comeback fight at 46 years old against Mario Barrios. Here's Pacman.
Right now, I'm at like zero in my mind about politics.
I feel you.
Politics is so dirty. Like,
oh wow! So it was an eye-opening experience to realize that
politics is so dirty.
Wow.
So, but I don't like that. I mean, I don't like that. I want to. When I was in politics, I want to serve honestly. I want to serve people because that's our legacy, to leave a legacy to the young generation.
So you could serve more people in this realm than that realm.
I always say, like, you are just passing by. You know, we're blessed if we can get 100 years old in this world and then gone.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
We came to this world naked and we will depart naked.
And you know, Mojo, it's, I don't think it's just him saying, I don't like politics anymore. I mean, this is somebody who was incredibly popular in the Philippines and who a lot of people had talked about as actually one day becoming president of the country. So for him to say, I'm not going to do it, it's not like me saying, hey, I don't want to be president. Like, that's not an option. But for Manny Pacquiao, it is. And I think it speaks very loudly that he says, hey, this is too dirty. I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
Babcock, if I spent almost 10 years as a politician, I too would be ready to fight anybody the second I got out of there. All the nasty games, oh man, I don't think I'd want to do that at all. So I don't blame him for wanting to get out of there. But he does bring up a very, very interesting point, right? Like he was a major celebrity as an athlete, one of those guys that kind of transcends the game, has a massive, massive international reach, millions of fans all over the globe. And with that comes a very strong voice. He's on an elevated platform. He can help enact change when you have a voice like that. When you go into politics, especially when you've already achieved celebrity, maybe it's because you want to give back to those people that have been good to you. Maybe you want to make enacting change a more official policy for you. You want to put yourself in a position where you can actually see through that change. But once you get there, there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of red tape, there's a lot of things holding you back from doing the things that you thought you wanted to do. So once you're there, maybe you find out you actually had less power. You're able to make less of an influence than staying out of politics completely and just being a celebrity athlete. I mean, that is a very, very interesting point. Who is more influential at that point? Being a celebrity boxer versus being president. All right, maybe you're going to be more influential as a president, but at a lesser position, man, who knows at that point? So very interesting food for thought kind of concept there. But bottom line, he's done. He's out. He's ready to fight. Let's see how this one goes, but it'll be good to get him back in a ring, that's for sure.
Travis and Taylor enjoying some downtime before minicamp begins later this month. We take you to date night in Florida with the power couple when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
On the TMZ Celebrity Tour, we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Ben Affleck, The Rock, and Jamie Foxx. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, there's been a lot of talk about Shane McMahon and his future in the sport of professional wrestling. Of course, Shane is no longer with WWE, and a lot of people have talked about the possibility of Shane and Dad, Vince McMahon, starting their very own and new wrestling promotion, Mojo. While all of that conversation is happening, also been some speculation that Shane could be joining AEW. So with all of that stuff happening, Mojo, we were so excited to run into Shane McMahon and ask him about both of those things. Here's Shane.
Shane, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I wanted to ask you, I know there's been speculation that you and your dad might start your own wrestling company. Is that true?
You never know what's going to happen out there. Of course, anything can happen in WWE, but those rumors are false. Those rumors are false.
Okay. I know. I mean, if not, any chance you would join the AEW maybe?
Had a meeting with AEW and wish them, continued success. But it's not WWE. It's not the company I helped build. But you never know what's going to happen in this business.
All right, there you go, Mojo. So no to a new promotion, maybe to AEW?
I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, but I got to say, Babcock, I'm a big fan of Shane McMahon, a guy that was always great to me in my career. Always gave me some great advice. You could see how personable he was to the person interviewing him there. That was nice to see. Yeah. You gotta expect the McMahons to make a comeback in pro wrestling in some way, shape, or form. But to be honest with you, I have no idea which promotion is less likely. I mean, Shane said it. AEW, it's a family business, but it's not their family's business. They don't have any deep-rooted ties in history with the promotion. However, AEW is a giant. They're doing incredibly well in the pro wrestling landscape. So it could make sense. I mean, I could see a world where Tony Khan wants to bring in Shane McMahon to bring in his expertise and all the abilities that he has behind the scenes. Don't forget that Shane has been an incredibly successful business person outside of the world of pro wrestling. He went away to Japan on business for a long time when he left wrestling behind. So who knows if he's going to do a comeback. I mean, as for Vince, getting back into the fold at WWE, man, I don't know. I mean, look, you can never say never. He created that company.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the guy that took it to where it is. So I know it's not his company anymore. I know he sold it. I believe he sold some stock, hundreds of millions of dollars in stock quite recently, actually, in the company. So with the new leadership, I don't know if that opens the door for Vince to come back. Does it make sense to start their own promotion from scratch this late in the game? Man, I don't know which of these three scenarios is most or least likely, but I'm sure the pro wrestling world would love to see McMahon comebacks in WWE, like wherever it is, whether that's Vince, whether that's Shane, whether that's Stephanie. I mean, the McMahon family and pro wrestling go hand in hand, so you gotta think something's coming at some point.
We are out of time, Mojo. We have got to go. We got a great one tomorrow, though. Aaron Donald, look, he's one of the greatest defensive football players of all time. He is not coming back to the NFL. He has made that clear. We just talked to Aaron Donald, Mojo. We're going to run this tomorrow on this show. He has done some acting. He has expressed interest in doing further acting. He was a star in Los Angeles. Hollywood loves this guy. We asked him, Mojo, who would he like to act alongside with in a movie? He has a fantastic answer. I'm talking like a big, big star Aaron Donald wants to act alongside of. We're going to run that tomorrow, Mojo. This is going to be a great segment. I cannot wait. Bottom line, it's going to be a great show.
Absolutely, babe. Cock, one of the greatest players, offense or defense, in the history of the NFL. Can he make the transition to Hollywood out where you are, Babcock? Stay tuned tomorrow for the answer to that question, where it will be the best show since today.
Big one.
I'm a lawyer.